So hi guys, in this video I just want to show you how to mix the colors with the color pencils. So in another video I'll show you how to match the colors to your model or to the pictures you're looking at and to get the correct color. But in this video I just want to focus on how to mix the colors correctly. There are many ways to mix the colors, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. So why do we need to mix the colors? It's because the colors that you get from the box of pencils, they're not always the correct ones. They're close, but if you want to fine-tune it, you need to mix some of them to get the best result, so that it matches the closest possible to the pictures you're looking at or the model. So to mix the colors, you need to have a base color first, and then you apply a second one, then you mix it, and you can put even a third or fourth one after that. And that's why I use Prismacolor pencils, because they're good for mixing. I'm gonna talk about it in another video. So for example, here I have the peach color, and I'm not pressing hard. For example, on the side I'm gonna show you if I press hard how it looks. So here I'm really pressing hard, because I really want to apply the pigments on the paper. You know, it's really important to get rich and saturated colors on the paper. So that's what I do here. And then normally, if I think that it's not too bad, it's close to the color I need, I would just mix it with a neutral color, like a white or a light gray. White, of course, it makes it lighter. And light gray, it makes it it removes a little bit saturation. So I'm gonna do it with the white right now. So now I really press hard, and I'm making ovals. I'm not really making circles, but you can do circles if you want. But what I do is I do like ovals, like this ovals, and I go over it. That's how I do. And I press really hard to really mix it well. I'm going back and forth on the same place. When I do this, for example, maybe I see later that it needs to have more of a yellow like this, or it needs to have more this color, for example. Let's say I figured out that I need this color, so I'm gonna add it over on it. I'm gonna press not too hard, depending on how much I want of this color to influence this. If I don't want too much yellow, I don't press hard. If I want a lot more, I press harder. To remove the saturation, like I said, you can just use a light gray like this. Just press hard on it, mix it, and I can add almost as many layers as I want. Every time that I see that it's not correct, I just put another color on top, and so on. So you see what I started with, the real color, and what I ended up with. So a good exercise for you if you want to learn, it's really to try take a sheet of paper and just do random stuff, mix random colors together, and just have fun, and you will learn. So far, when I started a color, I pressed lightly first, and then I pressed hard after. But you can start directly with pressing hard on the color. Like for example here, I'm pressing hard. I'm really applying the pigments on the paper right now. I can start like this, and then I can mix with the yellow again. But then when you mix it like this, the yellow doesn't show too much, because you see mostly the peach color. The yellow doesn't show too much unless you really mix it for a long time like this. So I'm pressing hard right now. Another example here, I'm not gonna press hard with the peach here. Then here I have a cream color. This is a lighter color than the yellow here. yellow ochre, and this is the cream color. And I can start mixing, but since it's a real light color, it's almost like white, so you can press hard because it's almost like you're mixing it with white or light gray. So you can start mixing it and press hard. So we can have fun with experimenting, and before you start drawing, you just take a sheet of paper on the side. I always have a sheet of paper on the side, so I do test before I do my drawing. So a good way to practice is to make a kind of gradient, to go from one color to another. This is a really good practice to learn. So for example, you will start with the, I'm starting here with the peach color. I'm gonna end with the yellow, this yellow color. So the first one I'm gonna press hard to really saturate the peach color here, to make the real color, the full saturation here. That's the first one. Then the next one, I'm not gonna press too hard. I'm gonna press hard enough to have a lot of peach here. Then I'm not gonna put too much because I'm gonna start here, and at the end I'm gonna end with the yellow. So every time there's more and more yellow and less peach until I get to the yellow, I mean. So I mix with some yellow here. Not a lot because I'm starting. And I'm gonna mix them with the light gray here. And the next one I still press hard, and not too hard, but I still put a lot of peach, not too much. And I put a little more yellow. Press a little harder. Mix it with the light gray, I press hard. I have to compare this one and this one, seems okay. I continue. Press a little less on the peach. And I put a little more yellow. I press harder on the yellow. Mix it with the light gray. Press hard. And here I think that I can put more peach. And I put not too much peach, and now put even more yellow. I press harder. The light gray, I press hard. And I can put a little more on top of it. And the next one, not gonna put too much here. Peach. Gonna press hard. Not too much. It seems not too bad. Mix it with the light gray. I need the more yellow here. But I still need to see a little bit the peach. So we can always add more on top of it. And after that I'm gonna start with the yellow because I want the yellow to be a bigger influence. Normally the color that you start with will give a bigger influence, but it's not always the case. You have to experiment to see. Add the peach on top. Mix it. Add even more yellow. it's almost yellow. Then at the end I can put the full yellow. So you see, I started with peach and I gradually put more and more yellow. So it's good to do tests like this to really practice. It's a really good test to do. Don't press hard on this. Now I add the dark gray.